When President Garfield died, the nation collectively winced. His successor, Vice President Chester Alan Arthur, was widely seen as a joke in expensive clothes, a product of the spoils system, a man chosen not for greatness, but because no one thought he could do any damage. Before stepping into my halls as president, Arthur had never held elected office. His most notable role was as collector of the Port of New York, where he padded payrolls, rewarded political allies, and walked away with more cash than integrity. President Rutherford Hayes even had him fired for being too corrupt. So naturally, the political machine made him vice president. Then fate played its cruel trick. Garfield was shot. After weeks of agony and medical malpractice, he died. And just like that, Chester A. Arthur was president. Everyone expected a disaster. I braced for cigars, velvet drapes, and government jobs handed out like candy. What happened instead was unexpected. Arthur changed. Gone was the party hack. Gone was the errand boy of the stalwarts. In his place stood a quiet, reflective man who seemed to understand the weight of the office he had inherited. He looked around my rooms, saw the cost of power, and decided not to be the man his past had made him. He shocked the country by backing real reform. He signed the Pendleton Civil Service Act in the year 1883, a law that began replacing political patronage with a merit-based system. He resisted his old allies. He vetoed wasteful spending. And slowly, grudgingly, the press began to realize something strange. Chester A. Arthur was acting like a president. He also renovated me in style. The man had taste. He brought in Louis Comfort Tiffany to redesign the interior. He auctioned off wagon loads of hideous furniture left by his predecessors. I had never felt more elegant, but all the while, Arthur was sick. He was suffering from Bright's disease, a fatal kidney condition. He kept it hidden, even as it slowly consumed him. When the next election approached, he knew his time was short. He did not run for a second term. He left quietly in March of 1885 and died less than 2 years later. Chester A. Arthur arrived with low expectations. He left with quiet dignity. History rarely gives him much attention, but I remember. He may have come through my doors as a man of the machine, but he walked out a gentleman. Not every president is great. Not every president is remembered. But some rise to meet the moment when it matters most. Arthur did.